lot of you know Jim. Jim is widely respected for his unwavering commitment to Christian values, the rule of law, and support for law enforcement. He stands with the men and women who protect our communities, advocating for moral leadership and public safety through his work in the Senate and with MacPac. Senator McCune continues to be a bold voice for a faith-based governance, and protecting those who serve on the front lines. You can learn a lot more and get involved at MacPac by visiting Jim's table on the way out tonight. Make sure you do that. Jim McCune.
I think I'll hold it.
You hold it up.
Yeah. Good evening. I'm actually used to holding a mic. That's what we do in Olympia. So anyways, good evening again. What I want to begin with is thanking the men and women of Pierce County and the County Sheriff's Department for every law enforcement officer who stands watch over our communities. Thank you. They far more do, far more do than enforce statutes. They stand on the front lines defending our God-given rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Scripture tells us in Romans 13 that the governing authorities are God's servants for good, agents of justice, restrain evil, and protect the innocent. That is exactly what our deputies do every day for us. And yet today, the very officers are being undermined, not by criminals alone, but by politicians who apologize for the lawbreakers and criticize the people sworn to stop them who uphold justice. I spent 8 years on Pierce County Council fighting for better public safety officers, more public safety officers, and better pay on Pierce County. That was a hard job. Yet Washington State ranks, and you heard, at the bottom nationally, and police coverage is really slim in Washington State, and Pierce County is not very good in coverage at all. But instead of fixing that, the majority party in the state would rather defund, demoralize, and politicize law enforcement officers. It's not compassion, it's abandonment. Let me share a little history, because Pierce County teaches us something happened when justice is weak. Pierce County was founded in 1852 and named after President Franklin Pierce. Like all governments, our county had seasons of strength and seasons of failure. One of the darkest chapters came in the 1970s when corruption reached all the way into the sheriff's office. The sheriff, George Janovich, was convicted of racketeering, bribery, protecting criminal enterprises, including prostitution and trafficking. That scandal taught us something powerful. Laws alone do not restrain evil. Righteousness, hearts do. The heart, that why Jeremiah 17:9 warns us that the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Friends, when the political party builds its platform on feelings and facts and ideology instead of truth, corruption is not an accident, it's a natural result. In response to that past corruption, Pierce County citizens took action. In 1980, they adopted a home rule charter that began accountability and checks and balances back to the county government. Late in 2008, the people restored what they should have never removed is elected sheriff. Accountability directly to the people in Pierce County. Because law enforcement works best when it answers to the citizens in Pierce County and all over the state. Not bureaucrats, not activists, and not party bosses. Yet today, once again, you hear a call, almost always from the political left, to strip the accountability away, to replace the elected sheriff with an appointed one, and tucked safely under the executive who answers more to downtown Tacoma woke politics than the families of unincorporated Pierce County. That's not reform, that's control. And we all know who benefits from criminals face less accountability. It's not the people of Pierce County and the good families. The Bible is a blueprint in 1 Timothy 1:8 through 11. Law is good if one uses it lawfully. It is made not for the righteous, but for the lawbreakers and insubordinate. God's law and man's law were never meant to be enemies. Civil law exists and reflects moral accountability and restrains evil, protects families, and preserves God's liberty. But today, the modern Democrat Party has decided that criminals are victims, police are villains, and truth is negotiable. And it is not justice, it's an upside-down morality. When government separates law from morality, when justice is detached from truth, when leaders fear Twitter more than they do God, the result is not compassion, it's chaos. Okay. And this is where the battle lies, not in elections, but in the spiritual foundations. Psalms 11:3 asks, if the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The answer is simple. Pray, stand, build, and rebuild. Pray for our officers, stand for truth. And when we rebuild the moral foundations of our homes, our churches, our communities, and the cultural elites may mock us for it. But President Abraham Lincoln said the philosophy in the schoolroom in one generation will be the philosophy in government. This is the major problem we have. Look at our schools today. Look at what they are being celebrated and what they are being silenced on. And then look at the policies that are coming out of Olympia. The connection is not accidental, it's intentional. Friends, America has drifted far from its principles that made her strong. Biblical justice, moral accountability, liberty under God, and the Democrat Party has been leading us adrift leftward for decades, trading truth for trends and righteousness for political power. Friends, do not be deceived. God will not be mocked. Only the truth will set us free as a nation. We are called as believers and citizens to be salt and light in a darkened culture. Support our law enforcement officers, defend the rule of law, and restore the truth of real justice that flows from God. Tonight, let us commit ourselves to three things. Pray boldly, stand courageously, and act faithfully. Because when God's law shapes our hearts, and when righteous men and women enforce just laws, our nation is strengthened. Thank you, and God bless you. Good job.
It's our beloved Jim McCune, Senator Jim McCune.